Hello to all our dear listeners of the podcast series, Savadestan Ask. I am Reza Khademian, your host in this podcast, and we have Ali Barjani as our guest. Hello, Mr. Barjani.
Hello, Mr. Khademian, and hello to all our dear listeners. I'm very happy to be here serving you and our dear listeners.
You're welcome. Well, today's topic is about one of the most important technologies of our modern era, a technology that has been able to bring about significant changes from the very beginning of its emergence. This technology is the subject of many discussions today. Our topic today is artificial intelligence, and we want to explore its aspects with our dear guest. So let's get started. Mr. Barjani, can you tell us what artificial intelligence is in the first place?
Yes, of course. Artificial intelligence, often abbreviated as an AI, is a technology in a sense have the capability to think. However, this capability to think differs significantly from what we recognize as human thinking, and it aims to mimic it. Many of us still think of robots when we hear the term artificial intelligence and imagine that artificial intelligence refers to those robots designed to perform tasks more conveniently and are expected to replace humans in the future. The source of this kind of thinking is probably science fiction films, but reality is different from what is imagined. But if we want to describe artificial intelligence in a general and simple language, we can say that artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science whose goal is to produce intelligent machines capable of performing tasks that require human intelligence. AI is, in fact, a kind of stimulation of human intelligence for computers. What is meant by artificial intelligence is essentially a machine that is programmed in such a way that it can think like a human intelligence is very important and have the ability to make human behavior. This definition can apply to all machines that, in a way, operate like the mind of human and can perform tasks such as problem solving and learning.
That's fascinating. Well, what can be the purpose of creating this artificial intelligence?
AI is designed based on the idea of mimicking human intelligence to assist in many tasks that require human intelligence. In general, AI adheres to three fundamental principles of learning, reasoning, and perception, which are also followed by human intelligence. Well, artificial intelligence is used in many fields of an industry. Some of the most important applications of artificial intelligence includes using in autonomous vehicles like drones and self-driving cars, medical diagnostics, creating artworks, providing mathematical theorem, playing intellectual games, image and voice recognition, which are somehow face detection, energy storage, and internet search engines.
Very impressive. Well, I think a question that many enthusiasts may have is, how many types of artificial intelligence do we have?
Artificial intelligence can be categorized into various methods. The primary classification is between a strong AI and weak AI. But if we want to categorize it more specifically, we can refer to reactive machines, limited memory machines, theory of mind, and self-aware AI.
Could you provide some explanations about this?
Reactive machines are the simplest form of artificial intelligence and can only respond to current commands without using past experiences like Google search engine. Limited memory machines can use some past data to improve decision making, such as identity verification systems on websites. Theory of mind AI is currently a hypothetical type of artificial intelligence that can better understand human emotions, feelings, and beliefs and use this information for decision making. Self-aware AI is another hypothetical type of artificial intelligence that has achieved self-awareness and can have emotions and thoughts similar to human. However, the most practical classification of AI, which doesn't rely on the assumptions and theories but describe what has been achieved so far, includes machine learning and deep learning, both of which are used in almost all modern artificial intelligence systems.
Very well. So could you explain more about machine learning and deep learning?
Machine learning is a specific method for creating artificial intelligence. Let's imagine you want to launch a rocket and predict its landing location. This task, of course, isn't that difficult. The calculation involved are well established and you can write equations to predict where the hypothetical rocket will land. But when you introduce unknown variables into mix, it becomes more challenging. Let's say you want a computer to look at a set of images and determine if there is a picture of a cat among them. What kind of equation can you write that would describe all possible angles and appearances of the cats for the computer to understand? This is where machine learning comes in handy. Instead of writing the formulas and rules ourselves, we create a system that can write its own rules by observing numerous sample images. In other words, instead of trying to describe what is a cat, we show a lot of cat images to artificial intelligence and allow it to figure out what makes a cat and what doesn't. Machine learning is incredibly powerful for today's data-rich world because a system that can learn its own rules based on data can improve with more data. With the volume of data we have on the internet, we can feed the best data to the machine. Deep learning is a type of machine learning that uses a specific kind of model called deep neural networks or DNNs. Deep neural networks are a type of machine learning that uses a structure similar to human brain neurons for computation and predictions. Neurons in neural network are organized into different layers, and each layer performs a series of simple computations and passes its results to the next layer. The more layers there are, the more complex computations can be performed. Deep neural networks have dozens or even hundreds of layers, which is why they are called deep. With this many layers, you can create extremely powerful models that can independently learn complex concepts and handle platforms that computers previously struggled with. However, besides the number of layers, another factor that contributes to the success of neural network is training. Its ability to provide by parameters and data, allowing the machine to learn how to solve problems by comparing and adjusting them.
Well, that's great. Can you tell us about some of the practical application of artificial intelligence?
These days, you can find an artificial intelligence in almost everything, from voice assistants like Siri and Alexa to recommendation algorithm for movies and music on platforms like Netflix and Spotify, and robots working on production line as well. However, in recent times, some examples of artificial intelligence have captured people's attention in this field. As a shining example of artificial intelligence, we can mention ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a type of conversational AI, or better put, the best conversational AI available to the general public. These chatbots, based on the GPT 3.5 language model, which was released by OpenAI on November 2022. ChatGPT has received a lot of praise for its capabilities. Users, by typing their requests in its simplest user interface, receive astonishing results. It can generate a poetry, song, and a screenplay, write articles, and answer many and any, questions by just asking or thinking of them. The volume of data that ChatGPT has been trained on is so vast that reading it all over requires 1,000 human lifetimes. Hidden within the system are immense amounts of knowledge about the world we live in, which is why it can provide answers to nearly all our questions. The next generation image generation platform is DALL-E, which is also worth mentioning. Its name is derived from the combination of Salvador Dali, the surrealist painter, and Pixar's Wall-E animation. In DALL-E, textual user requests are turned into astonishing works of art within seconds. Another platform, Copilot by Microsoft, is the result of collaboration between Microsoft and OpenAI, which began in 2018. In addition to acquiring the license by ChatGPT 3, Microsoft developed the Copilot AI tool through the GitHub platform. Copilot operates within the code of editors and assists developers in writing codes. And there are some other platforms like Jukebox, Midjourney, Newbing, Lambda, and Palm, which we will discuss in more details later. These examples showcase the incredible potential of artificial intelligence in various domains, from natural language processing to creative content generation and even coding assistance. The applications are vast and continue to expand as AI technology advances.
Well, as a final question, how do you see the future of artificial intelligence?
Until a few years ago, the future of artificial intelligence was these very chatbots and images generation like ChatGPT and Midjourney, which have become widely available in recent times and are expected to see significant improvements in coming years. For example, OpenAI is currently working on the fourth version of large-scale language model, GPT, which is expected to work wonders in the world of chatbots. There was a time when the idea of two people speaking different languages and understanding each other simultaneously was only possible in science fiction stories. But it's not far-fetched to think that the artificial intelligence will make this a reality in the near future. Artificial intelligence will become more creative in generating content and providing new solutions. It will collaborate more with other entities, both humans and machines. For example, multi-agent systems, swarm intelligence, and reinforcement learning can enable decision-making, problem-solving, and collecting coordination. But the ultimate goal of everyone working in the field of artificial intelligence is to achieve a strong AI, or a machine that can outperform human cognitive abilities in all activities. However, it will still take a long time to reach such a level of artificial intelligence. As it stands, artificial intelligence is considered one of the most important technology of the future, and various scenarios have been proposed for its advancement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barjani. I have found your insight on artificial intelligence quite interesting. I hope it has been useful for our listeners. We will delve into more detailed topics in future podcasts.
Thank you. I also hope that our decision have been informative. Yes, artificial intelligence is a vast and expensive field. Impossible to cover everything in a short amount of time. Look forward to our next meeting.
Thank you. Until next time. Well, that wraps up another episode of our podcast, Savadestan Ask, where we talk about artificial intelligence. We hope it has been insightful. We eagerly await our next diverse podcast. Until we meet again.